Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Financial advisor Scott Beasley knows time spent with family is everything. As a founder of Beasley Wealth Management, his mission is to give clients the freedom to enjoy time with family without the burden of financial concerns. A local of Lawrenceburg, Scott deeply values building relationships with clients, ensuring they make informed decisions concerning asset management, tax planning, and retirement planning. Offering a free initial consultation, Beasley Wealth Management helps clients pursue their aspirations with confidence.
Banking made simple and convenient. At Builtwell Bank, we're here for you. Whether you're making a milestone purchase or saving for retirement, our dedicated financial team will walk with you every step of the way because we care. From personal banking accounts to making sure your business and commercial needs are met, we'll make sure you have a dedicated Builtwell banker that understands your unique needs and goals. Serving Lawrenceburg and Summertown. Come see us today. Member FDIC.
Got a dent, a ding, a scratch, or a bent fender? Major or minor, Car Country Collision Center in Leoma can fix you up. Car Country works with all insurance carriers, gives free estimates, can work on foreign and domestic vehicles, and has experience you can trust. They've been in business since 1990. Unfortunately, accidents happen, but you can get your car back on the road with as little hassle as possible with the help of Car Country. Call 931-852-4708 or stop by at 2567 Highway 43 South in Leoma.
At C&B Linen, fast, friendly, and reliable service is our promise to you. Because you're not just a customer, you're family. From multi-use linen to branded floor coverings and a complete range of cleaning supplies, C&B Linen is here to make sure you have everything you need. From our high-quality products to our fast, friendly, and reliable service, you'll experience the difference with C&B Linen. Because you're not just a client, you're part of our family. You'll be winning with C&B Linen.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome everybody here to X Sports Live, brought to you by C&B Linen. I can't remember what camera we're looking at. AJ Goodbride here at you. We have done a lot of, it's funny, we did all of this restructuring. We look incredible. Mm-hmm. Sam and Ben did a really good job to make us look good. Guess what? We're tearing all this crap out after this.
Yep.
And me and these two are going to be on my back porch on Wednesday or Friday or whenever the rest of this gets going. But yeah, back here on X Sports Live, brought to you by C&B Linen. Guys, busy last week. For us, I had the American Legion 19U state tournament. Then we ended Friday and Saturday with the Summertown Smackdown. We got a really good look at all of our area volleyball teams, baseball-wise. We have 5 games at Columbia State. All 5 run rules, Columbia State in 3 games. Scored 33 runs, post-19, scored 33 runs, gave up 1. They scored 11 runs in all 3 games. All run rules. Saw a lot of wild stuff, like a 12-run inning from Pulaski post 60 against Clarksburg. Then Clarksburg turns around in the first game on Friday, scores 17 runs in the top of the second inning.
I mean, how do you even
never heard of that before.
How do you even muster that? I mean, 17. I mean, that's almost batting around twice with everyone scoring.
Well, they did.
They had pitching
changes. There's 4 pitching changes, and they had 3 guys bat 3 times, and one of them had 2 doubles, a single, and 5 RBIs.
I mean, that is
that's wild,
insane. that is insane.
It was like I just kept reading through the stats. I'm like, this game is.
I mean, that's 2 touchdowns and a field goal.
Yeah,
right there in 1 inning.
Yeah, and they were hitting some rockets. Now Pulaski had a couple errors. a couple walks, but a lot of it was just a lot of hard hit balls, putting in the spots where guys weren't. So it was a fun tournament. Columbia post 19 as expected, got a win. So they're going to North Carolina for the regional. I think it's this week. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it's this week. But the people at Columbia State were awesome, as they always are, and we had a really, really good week there. Looking forward to it next year. And now, volleyball-wise, all three of us got to see all three of our teams, Lawrence County, Summertown, and Loretta in the Smackdown. They all played each other, and they also played some other pretty good competition as well. What were your all thoughts from Friday and Saturday?
It feels good to get back on the court in some aspect on the volleyball side of things. Me and Cade had the last game of the night at Etheridge. We did Lawrence County versus Mount Pleasant.
Friday.
Yeah, on Friday, and man, Lawrence County looks really good.
Yeah, they do.
That was, I would say, that was my best assessment from the weekend, was how dominant Lawrence County looked.
Right.
And you mentioned it in the room there earlier. They don't have any seniors.
Right.
This is a young team.
Yeah, and LC won. They did win all 8 sets on Saturday, and going back to Friday, they won those 4 they played there. So 12 sets in a row. Lawrence County won. The JV got some good work in. Leah Dixon, as always, played real well as along with Liddy Cox and Destiny Daniel. Had some very big blocks on Saturday, had some good spikes. JC Schultz, my little sister, played well, set up. We talked a little bit later that night. I said, you struggled a little bit, didn't you? And I said, or she said, yeah, I kind of did on her placement. She wasn't, she thought she played well, but getting the ball at the exact place, because you have Leah, who can jump out of the gym. Then you have Liddy that plays the middle, obviously, is your hitters. Another hitter on your outside. Destiny Daniel is your middle, and each one of them girls, as though you got Abby Scott Garland as well. She has to almost set each one of them somewhat differently. Leah can get up. Liddy can get up somewhat, but she's got more of a different approach to the net, and that's what we were talking about a little bit. Me and my sister it's just her getting mentally prepared for this season and knowing her teammates well. So on with Lena Brown from up in Summertown played real well. I thought we done several games on Saturday. AJ was there. Me and AJ was at Summertown Elementary School and Summertown as well with Loretta. The Bennett girl from down there played well, along with I said Shauna. Is it Shauna? Shanna. I apologize for that, but it's Shanna Fisher played very well for them as well. So exciting. Very exciting, very good couple of days of volleyball, and it's right around the corner, and it's here. It's not right around the corner, it's here.
It's here, yeah.
So,
and I would say, my best assessment for the weekend is a lot of these teams have a lot of really good players. They're just working on trying to figure things out before the season, because I believe it's 2 more weeks until the season starts. Yeah. It's August 17th. So
our first, that always coincides. The first volleyball games are the same week as the first football games. So
I would say everything gets going just like that.
And
first day of school today. I mean, it's really back in groove.
Well, I think South Lawrence. You got a game tonight.
I got a game tonight. South Lawrence and South Lawrence and Lewis County volleyball middle school at 5:30. And I think South Lawrence has played a volleyball game on the first day of school the last 2 years. So they waste no time. First day of school, we're playing games. I like it.
Speaking of middle school, we will be. Me and AJ, I believe, will be at Kaufman on Thursday. That's at LCHS.
Hendrick Stags.
That's up at LCHS. And I was over there. Me and JC went and hit some on Friday afternoon before, let's say it might have been Friday morning, actually. We went and hit some in the cage. She wanted a little softball work in. And they were painting the field. Coach Garrett Barnett from Lawrence County. I mean, it looks great up there. The field is in great condition. It looks like he's got some new turf. Well, not turf, but grass. Some new sod, some new grass.
They had to put new drainage system underneath the field, so the crown isn't as crowny. Steep. Still, you got to have a little bit of a crown
so it can
drain properly. Every field has a little bit. Some are more a little pronounced than others, but the crown's not as bad. But they have to put new drainage underneath, and they actually got a joint practice with Collinwood today or tonight, I should say. I don't know if that's open to the public. I guess it is, since it's coming over, or the parents or whatnot. I'm going to be there for do our preview on Collinwood, but back to the Smackdown. Lawrence County is we talked about no seniors, but like everyone you got coming back's got experience.
Exactly.
From Liddy to Destiny to Leah to JC to Ava Scott to everyone, and then you're mixing in, Danny Lloyd, Lainey Littrell, some freshmen coming here, and they've got a lot of experience at the middle school level. It's like, they've got no seniors, but some of these girls are going to break some records.
Absolutely.
And Leah Dixon is just,
she's special.
She's off the charts with she hit some balls, and I was like, man, dude, I'm a grown man. I do not want to stand in the way of that thing.
No.
Yeah.
Lord, no.
Yeah.
And too, hopefully, as long as and it's with all the players, hopefully they can keep their mind, keep the main thing the main thing, mentally just be prepared each and every game, and hopefully things don't sway for Leah, and she can stay focused and have hopefully she has just more of a breakout year than she did last year.
And Summertown, I think, they've got a lot of good experience back with Ellie Lou Mason,
Pettis,
Macy Pettis, Big Daddy's daughter. I think, or Big Poppy, Big Daddy, one or the other, that his grandkids call him. But with the Rickses and Maddie Gillum, they've got a lot of experience back. They finished third back-to-back years. And with a new coach, you can tell they're trying to, they're filling each other out in a lot of ways, but and trying to be successful. And you basically got until middle of August to the end of September before you start playing, because that district tournament's that first week in October, to kind of figure yourself out and figure your team out until you get into that district tournament. And and Loretta's kind of in that. Loretta's got two seniors again, both of them with Thomas and Bennett. Bennett's going to be great. Thomas brings a lot, even though she hasn't played a lot. But when she comes in, she looks like a veteran. She acts like a veteran. She plays like a veteran. She has leadership like a veteran. And you've got Bella Grace Sanderson, Shayna Fisher. You got some big hitters. We didn't get to see Avery Cheatham. She's hurt. She should be back by the start of the year. So you got a lot going on. I mean, we didn't even see Summertown in full strength. Izzy Garland wasn't out there.
Right.
But Lawrence County, it's just this embarrassment of riches in a way. It's like, they've got so much depth and they've got so much height.
Yes.
And when you go, we got to see our teams play, except for Lawrence County, play Columbia. And Columbia was one of the big dogs in the district last year. And, Lincoln County is going to be good. Coffee County is going to be loaded. Tullahoma is never an easy win. I don't care how down they are in any sport. That's never an easy win.
They're always competitive.
It's always. I know this girls' team is. You can. I hate to say this because it sounds bad, but in a way, there's some truth behind it. You can almost pencil in Loretta and Lewis County into the region tournament just about every year. Lawrence County missed the region for the first time since I've been here last year. This group is definitely motivated to want to get back to that.
Well, and that's the thing. That team last year really had some struggles in district play. There were a lot of games they'd go up 2-0 and lose the next three. There was a lot where they'd have a big set lead and lose it. This team had a bit of a different look, and I could tell from that one game we did Friday night where it was a big margin, but there at the end of the game they closed it out. There wasn't any nerves or this, that, and the other. These girls look determined, and I'm excited to see how far they can go this fall.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's going to be fun. I mean, our teams are going to be playing into the second, third week in October. I fully expect that. The thing you got to think of on Lawrence County side is, okay, you get into the region, now you got Brentwood. You got the Nolansvilles of the world. And it's like, you get through this really tough district, and right on the other side, it's like, whew, boy.
But it's a good opportunity.
Why can't we have it like football? We go to Chattanooga.
But it's a good opportunity to prove yourself. If you can upset one of those teams, where do you stand, amongst the whole state at that point? You take down some of those Franklin and Nashville area schools, man, you're looking good.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. Hey, we'll find out August 17th. At Loretta, I believe. Yeah, we'll start off at Loretta this year. And high school football-wise, I think everyone got in their first scrimmages this past weekend. Summertown was at Collinwood. Lawrence County went to Franklin Road Academy. Did Loretta go somewhere?
I don't know if they have played yet, but I do know they have some coming up.
Okay. Yeah, and then Lawrence County's got joint practice with Collinwood tonight. So, we're going to have some jamborees. I know Lawrence County is against Lauderdale County Heroes in 2 weeks. So we're really going to kind of start to see where our teams are. I'm excited to see them in these jamborees just to kind of get a feel of where everybody is.
And you know, that's going to be somewhat, obviously it's going to be good for the players, it's going to be good for the coaches. Hopefully nothing, of course it's not going to be, everybody won't be 100% and that sort of thing, but hopefully no injuries take place. I know we talked about it a little bit in there before we went live. You know, we may see several, especially week 1, week 2, some cramping, some little injuries as we get on into the season, which of course I know all these coaches and the athletes and the trainers has really tried to train and get these athletes' bodies and stuff over the summer and through the spring into the summer prepared for now, and it's good. So hopefully nothing catastrophic or bad takes place on the field, but it's also good for us. Like we can start seeing these teams early, like you mentioned, for the jamboree, and kind of get a feel of who's who these teams are going to go to, who they're going to favor more when they start playing, and who they're going to rely on, and that's big for each of our counties or each of our city schools, and hopefully they have all successful seasons. So.
Yeah, I feel like there's always going to be that one game where there's the kid that gets the cramp in the third quarter and tries to come back in 5 or 6 times and gets one every time. So, but it's football season. It's early in the season. It's hot. That's going to happen.
Yeah, and I'm I've been at these practices. I'm going to Richland this afternoon, and then I'm going to catch Collinwood over here, and I'm going to Wayne County in the morning. So I hit Mount Pleasant on Thursday. So I've Wednesday. So I've been around to a bunch of different practices, and Lawrence County is wanting to prove a lot of people wrong. I know they lost a lot. Loretta's definitely got a lot of motivation. Every time you talk to Bryce or you talk to a kid, it's like, we know we're better than 2-8. And there's a lot of confidence with that. And then you go to Summertown. I mean, it's, I went out there. I'm like, I don't remember them having this many kids.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't. It's like, we've got 60. I'm like,
wow.
Whoa. Yeah. Okay. So something, something's going on out here. And, you give a lot of praise to Dave Winfrey for bringing a lot of stability to the program there in Loretta. And then Jason Busby and Walt Smith has came along, and they've got a couple new or Walt Smith is staying. They've got a couple new coaches, and man, just, a lot of energy at that practice. And that first game, week 1, I can't wait to, I've seen a little bit out of Summertown, but I haven't seen anything as far as like a game reps out of Lawrence County yet. So I'm excited to see what their jamboree looks like against Lauderdale County, and then I'm anxious to see how, because those two teams, Lawrence County's got so much momentum after last year. Yeah. Summertown is like, they go 4-6, but that was not a 4-6 team by any stretch of the imagination.
That was a really beat up team.
Really beat up team. Now you got depth. Now you got numbers, and now you got all this experience coming back. Opening week is going to be very interesting over there. I mean, again, it's a non-region game.
But those,
it doesn't mean anything, but
it does.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, you mentioned, little of the mindset of the Loretta players, and I think that's huge. I'll use this analogy. Nothing really can destroy iron, besides, rust can destroy iron. Likewise, with us, as humans and as athletes. Our mindset can somewhat, in a way, destroy how we somewhat perform in a way. So having a good mindset, having a strong mindset, definitely going into the season, I mean, that's what it's all about.
Yes.
And you said, as you mentioned to, or you talked to Coach Bryce down there and several of the players, I mean, coming off a 2-8 season, that's huge. That's huge. Having the mindset, the right mindset going into the season, wanting to win. Obviously, everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to win, but having a little something else in the tank, a little something else to win for, and I'm excited for these games to get started up. So
we'll be here before you know it. I mean, you're literally doing volleyball tonight.
Yeah.
So it's that time of year, and all this stuff it's about to get really crazy for all of us. But coming up next, guys, we'll hit up the national headlines. The MLB Trade Deadline. It's going crazy. The Dodgers are just sweeping up everybody. A lot of craziness going down. We'll be back here on Exports Live, brought to you by C&B Linen.
best meal from south of the border, head to Cocina Real in Puente Grande for lunch and dinner. With a wide array of mouth-watering entrees, there's something for everyone on the menu. And you can't forget the cheese dip. They'll treat you like family, and you'll never leave hungry. Make Cocina Real Mexican Restaurant and Puente Grande Mexican Restaurant your choice for authentic cuisine, located in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
I'm Mike Keith, and my friends at Elliott Johnson Insurance have a great partner in Auto Owners Insurance. Auto Owners makes it easy to get life, home, car, or business insurance. Let Elliott Johnson Insurance find the Auto Owners policy that makes a difference in your life. Call Elliott Johnson Insurance at one of their 3 locations, Florence, Loretto, and Lawrenceburg. Elliott Johnson Insurance, moving forward for our clients every day.
Comprehensive care with a compassionate touch. That will always be the guarantee at Encompass Healthcare in Etheridge, Tennessee. Whether you're looking for primary or urgent care, x-ray services, or weight loss treatments, the team at Encompass is equipped to serve your needs today. The doors are open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5 and from 8 to noon on Fridays. Make an appointment with providers Kendra Brown, Tori Cox, or Ellie Brown today. That's Encompass Healthcare, located on Highway 43 North in Etheridge, next door to Chapman Tire.
At C&B Linen, fast, friendly, and reliable service is our promise to you. Because you're not just a customer, you're family. From multi-use linen to branded floor coverings and a complete range of cleaning supplies, C&B Linen is here to make sure you have everything you need. From our high-quality products to our fast, friendly, and reliable service, you'll experience the difference with C&B Linen. Because you're not just a client, you're part of our family. You'll be winning with C&B Linen.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome everybody back to X Sports Live, brought to you by C&B Linen, what might be the final show in the current existence of our current studio.
Yeah.
We're still doing X Sports Live. We're just not doing it the way this place is currently constructed. And I see some things of mine I probably need to take back to the house before they get destroyed. So,
well, and the crazy thing is this is the only setup we've had since I've been here.
Yeah.
And it's been over a year now. So
it's like the third I've had. But guys, the Major League Trade Deadline has been nuts. For like no activity at all or very little activity. It's certainly picked up. The big one, of course, Tarek Skubal going to the Dodgers from the Tigers in exchange for some high-level prospects. So it's, of all the places he could have gone that people would have been okay with, the Dodgers was not the place.
Yeah. So now we just set up a team who's going to have a rotation of, when it comes to the playoffs, of Tarek Skubal, Shohei Ohtani,
Don't tell me.
Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, and Yamamoto.
And two, they're going to use them guys out of the pen.
Oh yeah,
they're going to pick and choose.
I would be surprised if Shohei isn't exclusively a closer when it comes to the playoffs.
Yes, I mean with their bats, with their run, with how they can score some runs, and I mean you think of the Yankees. I mean they're topping the Yankees. Yeah. Yes, you put them up. Of course, the Yankees are behind the Rays. And the Rays
are making deals.
They are making deals.
Yeah.
Oh man, their rotation, it might be just as gross as LA.
Yeah.
I'd say they just traded for Freddie Peralta, so now they have Drew Rasmussen, Shane McClanahan, Nick Martinez, who's been awesome this year.
I thought Freddie Peralta. I mean, he was he's been a Met for a little while. He's known most of the time in Milwaukee. Had some good seasons there. I think he struggled some this year in New York, but looking, found him a new home, and hopefully for the rest of this season can really help the Rays stay atop of that, stay at the top of that division.
Yeah, and I would say there's a lot kind of going on. I was a little bit confused about the Yankees trading for Luis Garcia from Washington. They needed they were looking for a right-handed bat, and they got a guy that Washington exclusively plays against right-handed pitching. It's a left-handed bat in Garcia. But listen, the Cubs getting Kevin Gausman, I think that is going to be a really good trade for Chicago.
Yeah. Well, Peterson that we got from the Mets has worked out really. He's given us six strong innings every game.
Right.
We need another good, because it's amazing that we're dominating in the wild card. We can't make him any ground on the Brewers, which nobody can make up ground on the Brewers, and we're doing it with our best two pitchers on the injured.
Yeah,
which we'll talk about Kevin Gausman. Just say he started his career in I think it was with Baltimore. In the Orioles organization. Went over to Atlanta for a little while, and I remember I was really wanting him to stay in Atlanta. After
he wasn't
went
good
there.
in Atlanta.
He wasn't, but I liked him. I liked his delivery. I liked how he went from they changed him from his windup back then. I watched him pitch a lot back then. I actually seen him pitch in 2 games, one in Baltimore and one in Atlanta. Actually, he changed his windup. He went from not having a windup to just going to simple stretch 24/7. I don't know exactly what he's back at now, but man, he can throw it, and I think it's really going to help the Cubs here. Of course, he's been in Canada for the last couple years. I think
big part of their World Series run last year.
Yes,
and we've seen this. We're getting a lot of in division trading. You get Ray, starting pitcher for the Giants. He's going to San Diego. San Diego sends Luis Ariz over to the Phillies. That's not the same division, but I mean, you're looking at Adley Rutschman going from the Orioles to the Red Sox.
Yeah, and listen, I would absolutely love that trade. I've been a huge I've been an Adley Rutschman fan since he was back at Oregon State. I remember, there was I think it was a super regional game against Nebraska, and they walked him with the bases loaded. Like he was that feared. Yeah. Now he's had a bit of a down year this year and a little bit of last year as well. But that's a guy that can be a franchise shortstop or a franchise catcher. I mean, and because in the Red Sox, that's where they've struggled this year. It's been a Connor Wong and Carlos Narvaez kind of platoon, and they've both struggled.
And like you said, they haven't been able to rely on that guy. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
They haven't been able to rely on that guy.
I think of the Boston Red Sox, and I think of a Jason Varitek. And it's the guy that it's going to be back there every day. It's going to be solid and is going to be a good defender. And I think you can, if this trade is finalized, I think you have that in Adley.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, of course you have over in the NL you have William Contreras with the Brewers. I really like him. He's younger. I thought maybe somebody would try to go after him. I mean, I know he's had pretty of a good year. I know Milwaukee would, I guess, love to hold on to him. I don't know his contract situation. I don't know there, but he's a very good catcher as well. Jumping over to the Angels, Joe Adele.
Yeah, I was about to say, going to the Guardians who need offense.
Yeah,
that's pretty big.
We talked about it last week. I don't think we done a live show Friday, but last Wednesday he was like, when we were talking about what the needs of these ML teams are, we went into Cleveland and dived deep into that a little bit, and he was like, any offense.
It literally said any offense.
Any offense. Any sort of offense.
Yeah, I mean, I would say because Jose Ramirez had been hurt. He's just now coming back. They have had no offense.
Yes.
Yeah,
pitching's been great. Gavin Williams is awesome, but
they're in the spot to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
They just
can't score runs.
They need offense. They certainly do. Let's flip on over to college football, and some big news, of course, happens on Friday. You gotta love the news dump
at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah.
The Big Ten and the SEC agreed Friday night to support the Senate bill that seeks to regulate college sports, ending a breakneck week of negotiations and pulling the bipartisan measure out of what looked like to be a certain death spiral. School presidents for both conferences voted to back the bill after receiving last-minute concessions over language regarding third-party name NIL deals and so-called associate entities that often broker those arrangements between players and the schools. More details need to be worked out, but the bill still has a chance to earn the 60 votes and needs to halt debate and head to an up or down vote before the Senate heads for the summer break this coming Friday.
It's good. Well, we finally have the Big Ten and SEC agreeing on something.
Yeah.
Not surprising that it's coming this close to the season. It probably could have been done 2 or 3 months ago, but there needs to be some sort of uniformity when it comes to rules with college sports because there hasn't been the last 5 years, and it's been, depending on who you're a fan of, either really good or really bad. Yeah. So, I think everybody can agree that they just want some one uniform rules that everybody has to go by, and I think that. Yeah, there are ways to do it, but I think this is the most effective,
sure.
And to keep things kind of profitable for everybody, I think this is the most effective way to do that. And listen, it's got representation from both sides of Congress. You've got a Republican and Ted Cruz, and a Democrat and Maria Cantwell. This is something that everybody wants to see. Yeah. So I'm hoping that this is something that can move forward, get those 60 votes it needs, and they can get this done Friday.
Talking college football, I ain't got a lot to.
Well, this is more of a college sports bill.
I was looking here. Yeah, right. I was looking here, though, at the top 10 to CFP, 31 teams that can make the college football playoffs.
Yeah.
10, I remember watching a little bit of LSU last year. LSU didn't have a good season last year.
No, they were 7-6.
Okay, they were 7-6. Well, they come in at number 10. In the top 10 to make the college football playoffs. I mean, what do y'all think of? I mean, I don't really know my college football coaches or really the players or the teams as a whole, but I was shocked when I seen that and how they put them at 10 in the country.
Well, I think, obviously they got Lane Kiffin from Ole Miss, but and their portal class was really good. I'm not.
It ain't the X's and O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
I'm more on the outside of this LSU thing. It's not like I think they're gonna have a bad year. I just don't see this as a national championship year. You can't build a team out of a bunch of guys from the portal and expect it to just win you a national championship in year one because it's LSU. Everybody wants to be there. They're gonna have the resources and. It took Brian Kelly to be the first coach in 20, 30 years to not win a national championship there.
Well, it's and ESPN says they got almost a 5% chance to win the whole thing, is what they're saying. So
it's going to be if their quarterback can stay healthy because Levitt's had some ankle injuries, and when he's out, his teams have struggled.
Gotcha.
And some more college football news, guys. We missed the old rivalries, but we're going to have another one official today. USC and Notre Dame will renew their rivalry matchup starting in 2030 with a 4-game series that will feature back-to-back season openers. School announced today the story duel started in 1926, and despite a 3-year break during World War II and a 1-year stoppage during COVID, it's been played 95 times after the two sides played at Notre Dame last season, with the Irish winning 34-24. Future of the matchup was unknown. The USC position said it wanted to continue playing the game, but also that facing Notre Dame late in the season affected its chances of making the CFP. But looks like it doesn't say, it just says start in 2030.
First game will be in LA.
Will be in LA. Okay.
But and they're both week 1 too.
Yeah. So it brings up kind of an interesting point, like they talked about, like the season openers, but with the way these conferences are going, that it's, US for Notre Dame to play high level teams, they're going to have to play them in that kind of 5-week opening season, like first with that opening weekend in August all the way through September. And the rest of the time, you're just kind of getting table scraps at that point, which is another reason why Notre Dame needs to join a conference because they're going to
especially because
scheduled out of the CFP.
Well, they kind of have like a I don't know necessarily if there's any like formal agreement, but kind of they're sort of a Big Ten, sort of an ACC school. Well, the Big Ten, when it comes to schedule requirements, the SEC requires obviously the non-conference game, and you have to play one other Power 4 opponent or Notre Dame. The Big Ten doesn't require that, and obviously you want to do what you can to help your record, and it would be much easier for USC to go beat up on Cal State Fullerton than to try to play Notre Dame. While it is one of, I think, the best rivalries in college football, and I think it needs to be something that's played. I think this is something the Big Ten's going to have to do and start stepping in and actually requiring teams to play a power opponent outside of their conference games.
I think they already are. I think they're already at this point. It's like, okay, well, you have to schedule a group of 5, a group of 4, or Power 4 opponent, because I log on FBS schedules, And what's the first headline? Notre Dame and Indiana cancel future home and home football series.
And they had literally just made that a couple of years. Like it was since Signetti and Marcus Freeman have been there.
Yeah.
But I guess for one game to happen, another one has to get canceled.
You were saying they're going to have to play these in week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Somewhere early in the season. Does Notre Dame want to do that against these tougher opponents? As far as you might look at your health. You might look at some suspensions. I don't know.
Well, look at this past season. They played Miami and Texas A&M the first 2 weeks, got beaten both of those games, and then that was inevitably what kept them out of the playoff.
Right.
Was playing their 2 toughest games, week 1 and week 2.
Right. And then I guess the argument come up, well, it's week 1 and week 2. We're still, would that be a motive for them not to want to play these higher level teams? I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. Everybody is judged now on it. Did you make the playoff or not? And so you're going to do what you can to play as many easy games as possible. You want as many gimmies as possible to keep your team healthy. And Notre Dame on an already 9-game Big Ten schedule is not a gimme.
No, not a gimme at all. It's definitely, we are in a interesting time. I was trying to look up Notre Dame's future schedules. But my computer decided, we're just not going to work right now. Well,
they start with Wisconsin this year.
Yeah, this year. But I was.
You're looking at later
in the future here, like for 2027. And I'm looking. I just saw where West Virginia home game against Ohio University. They try to fit some other things, and they're having to move it to week 0 next year. In Morgantown.
2027 is an interesting schedule. It's got Auburn. It's got at Clemson. That's Virginia Tech. That's where James Franklin, BYU,
Tech, Duke.
That's an interesting schedule.
Navy and Kent State are the only.
They have 3 SEC teams on for 2028 as of now: Texas, Arkansas, and Auburn.
Wow. Oh, and
then in 29 they have Alabama at Texas. Whew. Hey, I think they're taking some of your scheduling too lightly to heart.
I'm gonna go home and watch Rudy. and Rudy Rudiger.
Kind of got some of their schedules laid out here. I mean, they're playing a lot of ACC teams. At some point,
Well, I think they have a scheduling agreement with the ACC where they're kind of mixed in with that.
Yeah, so you'll know some of this stuff in advance. Like I'm just going on down the line.
At Florida's 2032. I mean, hey, I think there's a pretty good chance John Summerall has that a well-oiled machine by then.
Yeah, if he can. And then they're back playing Michigan in 2033. This is some wild stuff going down this schedule. Wow. Okay. Well, we'll see how it. I mean, this year's definitely not easy. Next year's not going to be easy. But at some point, some of these schools are going to start going, okay, I don't know if we can do this anymore. I really don't know because our schedules are tough enough as it is. Unless you have some agreement with a league like they do at the ACC, I don't know how you can keep.
I think you're probably right that it's going to be a lot easier if they just end up joining a conference. I don't know if it'll happen this year or next year, but I think in the next 5 years Notre Dame will be in a conference.
And finally, guys, before we wrap some things up here and call it a day, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but at Fanatics Fest 2 weeks ago, they do this big thing. You get to meet all these stars. So it is 70. It's just to get into the building, it's somewhere between $81.54 or $93.19, depending on the day, with multi-day passes ranging from $200 to $240. Individual athlete photo ops and autographs cost an extra $114 to $930.
Jeez.
Let me tell you what some of these cost.
Do I want to know?
Standing rising stars for role players and select rookies were anywhere from $114 to $168.
Oh gosh.
Superstar legends, which included Roger Clemens, Mariano Rivera, David Ortiz, and Floyd Mayweather, for $283 to $474.
Dude.
High demand ones were $500 to Jalen Brunson, who is the most expensive, $937.40 for a
picture
in a photo op.
Listen, I'm all for meeting athletes and stuff like that and meeting celebrities and whatnot. But like we were in, a few weeks ago when I was at Disney, we were in line to go take a picture with, I think it was Darth Vader or something like that. I asked my fiance, I was like, how much is this? And she was like, no, you just wait in line. I was like, oh, okay, that's awesome. It's like, I'm not going
to wait for a while.
Yeah, I would say it was like a 40-minute wait in the sun, which was not great, but I am not going to pay, $1,000 to meet Jalen Brunson, and that's nothing against him or nothing against what they're trying to do here, but that is so much money for a picture that is going, like, if I'm going to meet an athlete and pay something to meet an athlete, I'm going to make sure it's something that, they're going to remember too. That it's not just going to be a 1 second picture and he doesn't think about you ever again.
Let's have a conversation.
Yes.
How about that?
And I've been thinking about so much since I was listening to something and it popped up on there because I know WWE does a lot of stuff at Fanatics Fest. But I'm thinking it costs that. And the whole time I'm like, I hope my son's not into this. Because it's in New York City to begin with, which is one of the most expensive cities in the world. You're talking about travel to, hotels, food.
Yes.
And now it costs at least, what's this basically say, $90 just to get into the door. Building. And for a low-level guy, it cost $114 to get an autograph and a photo walk.
Well, they have like Roger Clemens, and listen, I'm a big Red Sox guy. I would love to meet Big Papi. I'm not paying $250 to do it.
Or I'm thinking all these teams do some sort of a convention, like Cubs convention. You can get those autographs for free.
Well, essentially,
but
you ain't got to pay. You ain't got to pay there to just get a picture, or actually meet him. You may have to pay. Now I think that's different. You got to pay to get in as a whole.
That's I was about to say, let you in the door if you're going to make me pay to meet somebody too.
Well, and I'm reading this. Fanatics Chair and CEO Michael Rubin said Fanatics and its partners will spend $80 to $90 million to put on Fanatics Fest. Rubin said, appearing on the Breakfast Club podcast, noting with tickets from $70 $80, if 200,000 people come without buying anything else, the event would generate $15 million in ticket revenue. We do it because it's just a great thing to work your A off for. I'm not going to say the rest. With fans that come through, they love Fanatics when they leave. No, your brand
that tells you exactly what you need to know.
Your shirts shrink. They're not worth. The hats are okay. They get a little itchy, but it's because I'm bald. That's the only reason why. But the rest of your stuff, like I've done this before. I've gone on their website. I've seen something that I like. I've as long as it's not Fanatics brand, because their stuff sucks, I go to the other place's website and buy it from there.
Yeah. Well, it tells you what you need to know. Michael Rubin, their CEO. That's the guy that throws the white party every year.
One of them Diddy parties.
Yeah, exactly. Like these are the A-list, the high level billionaire kind of people that are $1,000 for a picture. It's just that is just blowing my mind.
Well, it says here their children's tickets cost $30. That's
reasonable. Somewhat. I mean, compared to everything else.
Jalen Brunson, again, $937.40. Where in the heck they came up with that number is beyond me. However, like it's cheaper to go to Madison Square Garden at least 4 times to sit in the upper deck and actually watch him play a game.
Yeah.
4 times. Backwards. Yeah. Or watch him on the road and you can watch him double-digit times.
Oh, yeah. I would say, because if you're outside of MSG, tickets are pretty cheap.
Yeah. It's nuts. When I read that, I think I was watching SummerSlam with a bunch of guys last night, and shout out to Dusty Kaiser, who's talking about they went to the National Card Show in Chicago, and he was telling some stories, and somehow we got on something, and they were talking about, and somehow I see this on someone's X feed, and I'm like, what?
$900.
Like I'd rather watch you see a game in person, bro, and I can do that at 1/10 of the price.
Well, that's the thing, because like they're not the most interesting people in the world. I mean,
listen to their podcast. There's not a lot of Rhodes Scholars out there playing professional sports.
Exactly. I would rather watch an athlete kind of in their element versus just a picture with me and you.
I think Rutschman just. I
just got the notification. All right, guys.
So he's a Red Sox.
Yeah. That will wrap it up here for another fun episode of Exports Live. We'll be back on Wednesday, either here or on my back porch.
We'll get it set up.
Or we'll just go to someone's field. We might go over to Tom Cruise and go up in the press box.
Hang out somewhere.
The key is hidden. We're going to figure this out. We will get there. So for now, for Kate Schultz, Michael Marks, I'm AJ Good. We will see you guys on Wednesday.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.